All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Apothecary Diaries, episode 19.
Last episode was a bit intense.
A bit spicy, if
a bit
you will.
Spicy, but only at certain parts because, Mao Mao, she is really good at
rooting
just
through things,
rooting through things.
Digging things up properly.
At keeping her cool and maybe focusing on the things that,
right.
her
nose
make her
clean
excited.
and her hands dirty.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. But okay, now that happened, now that they had that like spicy interaction there, where it's like, oh shit, like Jinshi, this is a person.
Yep.
Right? Like you gotta respect them as such.
Right.
There are some things that maybe they really don't want to talk about. How will that change things?
How will that change things? And the fact that Lacan is clearly her father, it calls back to some things of the past with regards to, what people have to do in order to kind of have connections and stuff.
Yep.
Lacan is set up to be subverted in a lot of ways. Like, there's some very complicated things they could get into here.
You'll get a good old-fashioned takedown, and I'm excited to see it.
See, that's the thing. I don't know, man.
There are many ways to do the takedown. What kind of damage we deal?
Totally. But I feel like we're set up for a subversion towards the complicated side rather than the purely, horrible side of things.
Yeah, I don't think it's probably not going to end with a decapitation.
No, it's going to be way more nuanced. But the thing that I'm really excited for is Suirei's involvement in all of this.
Yeah, because she's that sort of X-Factor mystery character that got introduced through this arc.
She is the thread that we need to pull.
Right,
we need
because
to tug on that fabric.
Lacan's involvement is straightforward. We understand what his
but he
role
was
is.
observing her when she was first introduced to this little herb garden here that very much looks like a spot where someone might have been buried.
Yeah, well, and just why is Suirei taking such an interest in Mao Mao? Yes, she's the new girl on the block, sure, but
again, it's all connected. It's all connected. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Ceremony from the opening? Yeah.
Just in case we somehow forgot about that.
Yeah. Chance or something more.
Okay.
Hey, it's been a while. Another one? Oh, the timing. Yeah, it was a distraction.
Okay.
I can't say loudly.
ちょうど今詳しい管理者がいなくてな。去年亡くなったらしいんだよ。
基本は把握しているのでしょう。
ちょっと前に食中毒になっちまったらしくて。
Oh shit.
Well.
Same method.
どこかで聞いた。
Yep.
珍味好きの管理の話ですか。いろいろありまして。
Yeah.
と同時に起きた。
Wow.
Okay.
倉庫の管理者は同じ時期に食中毒。偶然にしては不可解だ。
Way too suspicious.
去年亡くなった管理者はどのような方でしたか。
堅物で有名なおっさんだ。甘党だったとかそういうのは覚えてるんだけど。
後年様ではないでしょうか。
Oh no way.
Holy shit.
Oh no way.
Holy shit.
いろいろありまして。以前神主様から聞いた。多物交換。
God damn.
塩の過剰摂取で死んだ男だ。これがすべて偶然の数。
Oh, this is systematic.
私に何かご用ですか。
But it's also things that she would potentially.
から預かってたこれなんだけどよ。
Hey, yeah.
ぼやの時の。
持ち主に突き返されちまってよ。
大切なものかと思ったのですが。
他の彼女にもらったらしいんだ。
Oh. Who, I wonder.
なんで倉庫場にわざわざこんなもんやるんだ。なんでも倉庫場のやつ。暗い中場外まで送っていってやったらしいんだよ。このキセルは。
So I guess Suirei's connected to Lacan.
Yep.
すぐに使いたくなるかもしれませんね。警備が薄くなった隙に別の倉庫に忍び込む。で、彼女が倉庫番にキセルを渡したとしたら、その彼女って。
一応詳しく聞いたんだが顔が隠れていたらしい。
あらかじめ顔を隠していたのかもしれませんね。
女にしては上背があって。
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Easy. Yep, it's Suirei.
Oh, so Suirei.
Yeah.
お前じゃないのは分かってるんだが。
So that's why I'm telling you about this. Yeah.
長身の彼女。
憶測で物を言っちゃいけない。
Right.
き挙げた事故や事件の他に
Right, you're smart. You don't need to give all your follow-up things away. Keep it to yourself, yeah.
たら何かあるってわけか。
何かあるかもしれません。何もないかもしれません。
どっちだよ。
2つ重なることはよくあります。
Sure.
3つ重なることもあるでしょう。そうした偶然が
Yeah.
重なったがて必然になった時、その長身の感情に似た人物がいたら、水霊という感情が浮
Yeah,
かび上
yeah.
がったと思いま
It's
す。
so obvious for her, but she's like,
なるほど。お前は見た目。
見た目通りバカ力なので、
Yeah.
もう少し手加減。
you big dumb himbo.
Oh my god.
楽しそうだな。
That,
I love it.
that art.
I love it.
I love it.
俺はこれで。
Incredible.
He's like a fucking cat that his owner
Yeah.
isn't playing with
気
constantly.
になることがあったので、
Oh my
私
god.
に話を聞きに来た
I
だ
love
けの
him.
ようです。ジンス様にも関係がないとは言い切れない。
Sure.
Well, yeah, we know from a meta standpoint it does, because the ceremony he just got, scheduled for today.
妙なつながりがあったものだな。
Mm-hmm.
はい。
何があると思う。
一つの事件を確実にというより、どれかが成功すればよいという具合にも見えます。
他にも仕掛けてある可能性があると。
Yes.
断言はできませんが、
Don't speak based on conjecture. Yep.
偶然が重なっただけの可能性も捨てきれません。
But
乗り気ではないのか。
私は単なる下女ですので、
ならこういうのはどうだ。交易商人のところを回った時
he's gonna motivate her. He's gonna motivate her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
こういう名だったんだが。
Oh,
強盗、薬の一種であり牛の炭薬の最高級品。
oh!
もしかして
Gold!
くれるというのか。本当か。
いるか。
いります。
I do! わかります。
やる気になったようだな。
本当にいただけますでしょうか。
情報は逐一やろう。
わかりました。
Go, doggy.
ジン様。
ということでガオシュン、手配を頼む。
Ah, yada yada.
Amazing. I love amidst all the crazy serious stuff that's going on, we still just get silly stuff like
So he's like, go investigate. She's like, I don't know if I want to.
uh-huh.
I'll give you this. Ah, yes, sir.
Right.
患者の試験勉強を真面目にしていれば。
ここに置いておくぞ。
これはどんな感触ですか。
これは祭事を司っているんだよ。
何か書き物はありますか。お、後年様も
Mhm.
祭事に関わる
Okay.
より確実に最後を盗み出すためのものなら、これらの事件が重なり合う必然が起こる場所があるはずだ。
Sure.
使われるとすれば、
Right, so they could be replaced or some kind of some
Yeah, or
kind.
tampered with.
Yeah, or tampered with. Yeah.
すべて調べた方がいいな。人種様もよくみそぎをしていた。
ここにいいものがあるぞ。
What is this?
これは祭事上の絵ですか。
海底の西の端にある
Altar of the Sapphire Sky.
な
Okay.
かなか変わった作りだろう。天井に大きな柱をぶら下げているんだ。ヒレが垂れ下がっていて、毎回柱を下ろして問題ないみたいで安心して。
Ah, so someone could accidentally make the pillar drop.
Yeah, turn it into a
天井から柱をぶら下げるだろう。もし落ちたらと思うと心配で、強度について進言したらこんな場所に飛ばされて。
Oh, it was specifically about that got you sent here?
もし柱を固定する金具が壊れて、
You could execute somebody.
一番危ないのは真下にいる祭事を行う者の生き方が犠牲になる。
Well,
And you also dealt with something where the strength of a metal wasn't that great.
こんな重要な細具がなくなれば
Yep.
必ず作り直すはず。
uh-huh.
作り直す。
Yeah.
せん。次に祭事が行われるのはいつ
Holy shit.
いつって
Tonight.
ちょうど今日
Oh my god. Holy shit.
これは長い時間をかけて練られた計画のはず。
Is this gonna save...
一つ一つは
It's gonna save Jinshi,
I
probably.
think so.
いくつも仕掛けることでようやくここまで結びついた。
Oh my god. Yeah.
あくまで予想だ。
You can see his bangs.
But I have to act, yeah.
Uh-huh.
その予想が的中していたとしたら、
Ah!
Holy shit.
何をしている。
通し してください。
ダメだ、前のような下女が祭事に口を出す気か。
Choose your words carefully.
こちらはただの下女で、何か起こった後では遅い。取り返しのつかないことはいつもそうだ。祭事を取りやめてください。
投書箱に文を入れるところから始まるのだな。
致命的な欠陥が見つかりました。後悔することになりますよ。私が危険を解いているのにそれを拒んだのであれば、もしかしてそういうことですか。
You're in on
Ah,
it.
nice.
なるほど。ことが起こるのを待っているので
That's
す。
very risky, but that is a way to.
工作した輩とつながっているとか。
Yep. Yep. Shit. Could probably fractured her skull.
Yeah.
気を失いそうだ。こんな小娘にあんな物言いをされたら腹が立つだろう。仕方ない。こんな小さな騒ぎでは祭事は止まらない。気は済みましたが、通してください。中にやんごとな君の方がいらっしゃるのでしょう。あなた方の首ではありませんか。見逃してください。
Holy shit.
水見が入ったとでも言って。
Yeah.
飛ぶのは私の首だけで済むでしょう。
信じろというのか。
では私の言葉が
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is...
Yeah, it was a trap for you, Mao Mao.
It works either way.
しての年若い
Yeah.
娘を殴るとは
Go.
怪我をしているじゃない
The
か。
music just
Well, and the way they
ceased.
kind of did the same effect that they did for Mao Mao in the previous
その
episode.
の言う通りにしてやるってのはどうだい。
誰がいるのか見たくもない。測ったようなタイミングで。
Multiple traps. If something doesn't happen,
Uh-huh.
the person will die. And oh, hey, you know, if you save them, great. He looks good for you. if
Just
you don't
like
save
my
them,
daughter.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
smart to
exactly.
be able to catch it all.
And if it's wrong, then oh, hey, great, you take the fall, and then maybe you know you won't be protected from him.
So it's literally gonna have to be Jinshi saving her here.
Yeah, well, and I think it's gonna be Jinshi that she saves, and that's how she
Right.
finds out it's
Of course.
yeah.
Fuck.
Holy shit. Oh. Yeah, and she still doesn't know it's him. Oh, fuck. Oh, man.
おい
Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
なんで
こういただけますか。
yeah. Oh my god.
どころじゃないだろう。その顔は
どうして
Yeah, she doesn't get it.
ここにいるんだろう。
Perfect.
She's in such a daze from everything that happened.
そんな顔をしているのだろう。
I'm in pain, yeah.
しっかりしろ。目を覚ませ。おい、しっかりするんだ。
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, bring in the music, Kevin Penkin. Wow.
Uh-huh. Oh, that look on his face.
Yeah, he does not look happy about
No,
this.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Wow. Damn, what a
Yeah.
cinema. Like, just everyone bow down, him the one that's in
Yeah.
shock from this. And we don't know what part he's in shock at.
Yeah.
There's like 3 different things it could be.
Like, there could be a part of it that is genuine concern of, like, wait, is she dead? Like,
Yeah. Bro's just walking.
I love the poetry and the solemnness and everything, but, like, she's actively bleeding out.
Fuck.
Next
Okay.
episode, next
Cool.
episode, next
yeah,
episode.
next episode. But we gotta discuss this one.
Okay.
Cool.
I
It
love
all
that
came
being-
back together.
Yep, and I love that being the way that she finds out. Mm-hmm. You know?
All right, that was
That was
Perfect.
that was incredible.
Yeah.
From the title of Chance or Something More, I was expecting something a lot more like lighthearted and like hopeful, you know?
Yeah,
Right? And it's like like it made me think of the Beauty and the Beast song, something there that wasn't there before. You know? No. That's Nah.
Nah.
That's not what we had going on here.
It's the is this chance that it all lines up together, or is it something more? Well, it was something more. And I think I love it. I have to praise this episode up and down the road here, is that every single thing that we have established, especially within the last, 10 episodes or so, got brought back. But even more, the idea that every single one of Mao Mao's abilities were brought back up here. I really like that Mao Mao's strength is her intelligence and her ability to figure out the best way to kind of navigate carefully a situation.
Right.
But when she really wants to get down and dirty with it, she can take a risk and do something like slapping a bitch.
Right, she knows how to push people's buttons.
Right, she knows how to push people's buttons, but there's a risk associated with that in that it can definitely work to push their buttons, but she can get really big consequences from that because she's not powerful enough to protect herself from those consequences.
Right.
So the idea that here she figures out something's going on, she ends up pulling somebody else into it that ends up helping her with everything because she's got that natural gregarious stuff with regards to other servants. So that was cool.
Yep.
Then after connecting all the details based on conjecture, she also keeps it close to her chest so that other people don't get involved in it, like the other servant guy. But then when she actually gets to the ceremony being like, oh shit, something's going to happen, she has to figure out what she can say
to let the common servant into the ceremony.
To a royal ceremony.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And
she doesn't have anybody with her to protect her from the natural consequences of her prodding. So the idea that the anime was like, oh yeah, she gets fucking clubbed in the face. Oh my god, the brutality of just this is a big yoked out guy
with a big heavy
and
thing.
And you just accuse him of potentially trying to assassinate nobility.
He's
gonna beat you. And the fact that the other guard came in and was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Clearly she's not a threat. What are you doing?
Right.
Just send her back or what have you.
So, but then Lacan comes in and vouches for her.
Which is just pure perfect drama.
Right, because it's the most you sick fuck.
Because of course he'd have to be here to watch his handiwork go down. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
He can't not be within 500 feet of this this spot here.
And is that something where he just wanted to make sure that like theoretically he could have, because there's that part of me that wonders was he actually not wanting Jinshi to die, or he was fine with Jinshi dying, but also he was fine with Mao Mao saving him, right? And that's why he backed her up. Maybe it could also be that he's like, oh shit, she actually did end up figuring it out, and she's here enough and is showing the conviction to actually try and stop it. I don't want her to get beheaded, so I'll
protect her here.
I will protect her here.
I think it's a combination for sure. I think that one of the things about Lacan that needs to be looked at here is that when he has that shocked look on his face when she's coming out here, the strongest emotion I see on his face personally is not anger.
No.
Anger would be this, you know. He had just wide-eyed. That's shock. Shock comes from fear. Fear is not, in my opinion, that he's been found out.
No.
It's the fear that she's potentially dead. That's the most shocking thing about what's coming out here. Not just that Jinshi's alive.
I'll expand it a little bit more because I think there's an edge case scenario that is not as likely as the actual fear that she's dead, but it's the fear that he has lost her. And that's what makes then Jinshi carrying her being so poetic for that statement being made, because you have lost her, right? You never had her, right? That the whole thing that he is after is something that he can that is an impossibility for him.
Well,
right?
it's the thing of he's trying to sully another concubine again.
Basically, yeah. Right.
He's trying to do this on a more overt scale, so and that he can have his daughter, basically.
Right, and that's not going to work, right?
It failed.
Yeah. And so
and yes, it could be the shock that it's the, oh, shit, it's all fallen apart. There's nothing really you can do,
right?
Because all of your stuff was based on subterfuge, so you're not going to,
and yet
you're not going to shift that all of a sudden to.
And yet, if Suire is your nice little scapegoat there,
Oh yeah,
right?
Suire is perfect for a scapegoat.
Yep. It's the
because she probably has some motivation that's tied very intrinsically to this, to
Sure.
where, you know, it doesn't need to be something where she then goes, oh, it was all Lacan. He
right.
No, she probably has something that's tied to that as well.
Yep.
Given that she also very much has a very similar potential Mau situation with her medicinal stuff, with her herb garden, with the potential stuff with regards to someone that's passed away.
Well,
with
and
regards
also
to,
the previous episode ends, the intimidating thing from the previous episode, all the stuff with Lacan and then Mau Mau, is Suire being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna probably plant some morning glories here soon. You know, the like, oh, she's about to kill someone. It's not Mau Mau, right?
Yeah, no,
you know,
of course not.
Yeah, like, okay.
Someone's going to die. Or
Someone's gonna
someone
die.
has already died, and I'm just, you know, honoring them in that regard. So.
Right. So,
Oof.
so I love
Mau Mau's gonna live,
Mau Mau's
but
gonna
she's
live.
going to be in recovery for at
Yep.
least an episode.
and we will get one of my favorite like sort of trope scenes to have happen in a romance story, where then, you know, one of the two, you know, falls ill or is in poor health or you know, of some kind, and then the other one has to care for them. Fuck yes.
Love that
Especially
shit.
given the power dynamics of him being her boss and everything, right? And her just being a servant and all that stuff. Him showing her all the honor and respect of carrying her out, you know,
and,
right?
and also being royal, so it's the,
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's just going to make that super fun, and also given the state, like given how the world is and the like how in depth we learn about like the medicine and things like that, and how bad she was hit, that is something that could last quite a while.
Yeah, I want to bring up something though, and I like the detail of this regard. The world we are in is not a fantastical one; it is a
Right.
real one. But the cut that came from her, I think, was because the brazier that was knocked over from the crushing thing just went right through her leg. So it's a metal cut, which means there is a potential of some poisoning in that regard. Like the cut is going to be infected. So
Okay,
that's
sure.
one thing that'll be a very interesting thing there. So she could get sick later after she's no longer bleeding out.
Right.
Which is just as fun in general. That could bring in, you know, adoptive dad. In
Sure.
that regard. That's
Yes.
also pretty fun. But 3, the idea that she got a consequence that wasn't the pillar, but it made sense given the effect of it in that regard.
Right.
So it's not that she somehow survived a crushed leg or something, or this thing landed on her, but it only sliced her. No.
Yeah, no.
It's the impact of
Just
that stuff
some
had the
shrapnel
metal
or
thing just
something
went
and just-
and
yeah.
it just sliced her.
Right.
It's a perfect way to make this feel terrifying, but also it's a wound that is not going to be noticed in the way that she lives her life by the end of
Right.
the season.
And yet the wound I'm actually the most worried about is the
Is
fucking
the fucking
club
club,
to the
exactly.
face.
That's the one that I'm also very excited about.
That's
as well.
the like, no, that'll just kill someone, right?
Well, right. But one of the other things that I personally really like about it is that she's made a big focus on makeup since she's been a character, basically.
Oh.
Is the idea that she wants to make herself look less attractive with freckles and stuff in order to be not targeted by
Maybe
men
someone in
with-
particular.
men with lust, potentially. But the idea that she might literally have her face like literally like permanently altered in some way here is
Yep.
going to play into that. But I would like to see the subversion of coming back around where it's the no, Mau Mau, you're beautiful. You're absolutely like wonderful, and yet she's going to be Luke Skywalkered in between episodes 4 and 5, probably.
That is not the example I was expecting you to make, but yeah.
Hey, it's just
Yeah.
you know, what I came up with on the
Yep,
spot.
yep. No, totally. And I love the idea of that just being an added thing that shows the way in which they see past the things that most people would see them for, right? In the same way that she doesn't see Jinchi as being royalty. She didn't even know until now.
She didn't even know.
You know? And he doesn't see her as just being a servant, right?
Right.
You know? If anything,
Yeah.
it's the problem that he like if he saw her as a servant in some ways that would be more helpful.
That'd
you know,
be
maybe.
better in some
right? But
Motherfucker is coming over here and is like, boy, are you hanging out with
somebody
Mihaku
else.
over here?
right.
This looks really fun.
Yeah. So it'd be nice if
Gloomy,
I was a part of it.
gloom.
Right. That God, the way that they have all of this serious stuff while at the same time
The
having these
chibi,
just, the
ridiculous
chibi
comedy.
it hits so good.
I could give you an ox bazaar.
She's
practically
suddenly
coming, just like, will you
on top of
please
the
give
desk.
it to me? And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, yeah, sure.
Right. And Gaoshin's just
Gaoshin's just grabbed her like, you cannot approach royalty that
right.
closely.
Like I know you, Mao Mao, but you're scaring even me.
Yeah.
Like,
I just have to buy my own. Like, I will get beheaded if I let you get
Right,
this
right.
close and touch him
in this frenzied state.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
right.
By law, I must chop off a hand if you do
But
that.
also another thing that I gotta say I really appreciate is the like stubborn obstinance that Mao Mao has, where she just absolutely refuses to break the fourth wall.
Which part?
In that there doesn't have to be a plot going on. This isn't
Yes.
this isn't some book series or TV show
This isn't
where
Death
there's
Note,
where
where
there's
it's all
guaranteed
like,
going to be some kind of
clearly.
conflict, right?
Right. Clearly, this must be the work of Shinigami. What? How do you even? What?
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you leap to the fact that there's death gods potential? Well, it's the only thing that could possibly make sense in this very realistic world.
Right.
We're clearly dealing with supernatural powers.
Yeah, right. So, in this situation, yeah, it actually goes all the way up to the wire because she's like, no, first off, I'm not going to get involved, right?
And also, conjecture is a way for me to potentially get my, head lifted up a bit too high. So I'm just
Exactly.
going to keep it close. And if you all figure
I'll
out
give
that
some
it's
clues.
Suirei,
Yeah.
then good for you. You guys
Because-
have a modicum of intelligence,
Right, because she also doesn't know, right? It's the,
Right. She could
Suirei
very
matches
easily
that description, but that doesn't mean that she's actually, like, involved or something,
Right. I love that. I agree. I love that so much because sometimes it can be that little bit of like suspension of disbelief where you're expected to just kind of go along with the because it's a Tuesday
Right.
at 5 p.m. They must be a stand user.
And the thing is, some of that happening, okay, I get it.
I get it
But
too.
it's especially when it's in things where it's like, no, the characters clearly don't have all the information at play.
Right.
They can't because maybe like it's a whole new magic system maybe that
Right.
hasn't existed before.
Yeah.
That's something I've seen. And then it's like, I can predict how this magic system works. No, you can't. Or in this situation, even if it's like, okay, that's probably Suirei, this is a big fucking palace.
Yeah.
There's lots of ladies that could potentially smell like medicine.
Right,
you know?
right.
The fact that Suirei is one of them, sure, but like there
Mao
could...
Mao is not aware that she's the main protagonist character in an anime
Right.
that has met
Yeah.
only one person that fits this description. Therefore, it must be her. I agree, Jacob. I very much appreciate that. It's something where we, as the audience, know. No, it's clearly Suirei.
Right. And the
But-
thing is
yeah.
that like, but that doesn't mean that the tension and the plot and everything is going to then be dropped and forgotten about.
Right.
Oh, hey, yeah, when our reluctant protagonist basically is like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't have a reason to. The motivation isn't there, right?
She sees all these other things lining up and like,
Well-
wait, oh my
Well,
God.
but she specifically sees that after Jinshi is like, hey, Bezoar. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly.
Right? And then it's all right, cool. Now she's on board and she's going to try and figure things out. But because that's still something she believes, it's not the, cool, well, I have it figured out immediately, I'll tell you here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now it's the, like, some little coincidences kind of had to happen of, like, going to this other place and the
All right,
person...
she needs to go and test out specifically the things that it could be. And then she
Exactly.
knows, oh, it's most likely happening here and now. Okay,
And
cool.
even then, she's not 100% sure,
No.
which adds to the weight of her basically decision and gamble and sacrifice, right?
Yep.
Of the, but if it's happening right now, holy shit, that would be real bad. So yeah, I'll let this dude, club me in the face and, potentially whatever else happens as a result of this, right? I'll probably get beheaded if I'm wrong.
It's a fun contradiction because she, on the one hand, wants the Ox Bezoar.
All of it is, getting beheaded? If it means I get an Ox Bezoar, no, but you'll also save someone. Oh, sure.
Yeah, whatever. But the other thing is that Jinshi manipulated her. He specifically set up a situation where she might forego her own safety and self-interest
That's true.
in order to go after this thing here, because now she can't fail. She's
Right.
not just doing this for that. It's if I don't succeed here, Jinshi's going to be like, you let someone die.
Yeah, potentially.
So she's running in here being heroic, doing something that, potentially is a sacrifice to her. But there's also that tiny little bit of a chance where it's I can't fail Jinshi here.
Right.
I need to do this.
Yeah.
She doesn't know this is Jinshi. And in some ways, it's just wonderful that she doesn't know because
Right.
there's not a slight bit of selfish motivation here with
Exactly.
regards to relationships.
Nope.
It's entirely just
Or confidence that she'll be okay.
Or,
right?
yeah, exactly. Right.
Yep.
She's thinking, I have to follow my instruction. And in some ways, I would love to see that explored. Where Jinshi kind of asks her when she's recovering, and it's like, what the fuck are you thinking? You could have just started screaming, but, like, you could have died.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, well, you told me to go investigate
That's
this.
one of the things I was kind of surprised by, is that I was thinking that she would be like, okay, if I run up and just try and tackle the royalty, I will absolutely get beheaded, you know, maybe even before I get there. So I was thinking she was just going to be like, shout and be like, you know, get out of the way or look out, you know, or something
Watch
like
out,
that.
the pillar's gonna fall on you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would that have been enough? Did it also, like, conveniently, like, not fall until she got in there?
Well,
yeah, that
right.
just makes it, you know, extra dramatic tension. But it
I
was
mean,
just...
the real convenient thing, not that it didn't fall until she got in there, but that it did fall once she got in there. Can you imagine if it wasn't Jinshi? She tackles
sure.
a royal out of the way because she thinks that's going to fall at any second. And
20 seconds later, when she's left and been dragged out, they go
yeah,
back
or
to the
beheaded
ceremony.
or something like that. Yeah, exactly, right? Or you know, even worse, Lacan's like, and cool. She's getting like dragged out and stuff to be executed, and then he just swoops in or something, you know? And it's like, oh no, that was all a ruse. I just set something up so that you would think that something like this might happen.
Oh, that's what
I
I
didn't
thought.
actually do it. You know?
That's what I thought too. Was
Yeah.
that when he showed up, I was like, "There's nothing.
Yeah.
This was all just a test to see
Right.
if she's as smart
Right,
as
exactly.
you know he wants her to be. You know,
Right, and if she is as smart as he wants her to be, then he'll get her because
Right.
she'll be then, you know, they don't care about her life. They're like, yeah, you're getting executed or whatever. He
And he'd
says,
be
oh,
like,
I'll take care of it or something.
I'll take care of her.
Yeah, I want to question her or some, you know, who knows, right?
Whatever.
And then at that point, because she's not being protected, you know, yeah.
Easy. Yeah.
But she did actually manage to save Jinshi, so she doesn't have to worry about the other thing of where he's just dead, and so now she's back to being a regular servant nobody cares about.
Oh, totally.
You know, but okay,
Yeah.
let's get that, you know, nurse back to health.
The montage arc thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that she'll be brought back to health in 2 episodes. I don't think it's going to take that long.
Yeah, I think 2
Again,
episodes
because
is
the
most
biggest
it'll take.
part is the skull thwack.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back and show you here. But, like, once she falls here and the thing lands next to her, you can very clearly see that there's these metal things. Where is it here?
Oh,
these metal
right.
pole things here
Yeah.
that get knocked down.
Well, and the things that it was suspended to
Yeah,
that
these
are now
little,
free.
little mini braziers here.
Well, and the cables attached to the things, because I think those used to be affixed up above.
well, no, this one's still hanging up. This one's still hanging up here.
No, I think it's just slack. I think it's that it used to be hanging there because it was hanging from the ceiling, right?
Well, if it cut her from that direction, this would have to be detached here. The tension would be at the bottom, but because it was just a thing that broke at the top, they just fell. Because these were things that were helping hold this in suspension here, so the tension would have been up at the top.
No, yeah, and then they basically, because they're on like a cable, then they just swing around and just whip.
Well, they wouldn't swing. I'm saying they would drop because they were raised up, specifically. So it's this brazier thing here that was probably what did it. Unless it was this one here, because this one is detached, so it would have snapped up. I'm saying that if the tension was at the bottom, and it cut her leg, then this one here would have been detached. Same with this one. But because this one maybe is detached, maybe that's where it happened.
Oh, like these basically are ones actually going from the floor to keep it like stabilized in place.
Yeah. And they hang up over something that come down. But see, this one is actually completely gone. So if it was, like a whip, like to draw a connection here, Lin Beifong's scar in Book 4 of Korra.
Yeah.
When the metal swings off there, that would do it. But these ones are attached, so they didn't do that. But this one is detached. So I think it's either this brazier or this. But
we'll see.
Yeah. Either way, it's cool because it's a very clear example of something that we're not showing that, oh, she got sliced slightly by the thing as she dove underneath it.
No, like she's actively like bleeding badly. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's deep enough that it wasn't just her like scraping off something.
No.
Something came down on top of her, and it's not this because it would have crushed her leg.
No, but see, because the cables attached to those things, I think they are. Oh no, that attaches to this thing over here.
Yeah.
But,
So, yeah, I think it's the brassiere, but yeah, just really great scene. And then while I love him walking past Lacan here, the idea that you can even tell as we're that far away from Lacan that his face is not right.
Oh yeah, his pupils are like beads. Yeah.
Right. So then the point when you walk past him and you see that tiny little like bead of a pupil in his the whites of his eyes as he's like looking in shock and disbelief and some combination
whatever
of
the hell that is,
fear or what have you. That's just so fun. And while of course it would be uncouth for him to run, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, like I was fully expecting it to be something where he's like, oh shit. Also the servants, like I get that like respect and all that stuff, but oh my god, your royalty just almost died, right? Like no,
they
like
don't know that necessarily.
Well, no, but the big thing just crashed.
No, they were
while he
in
was
the
over.
ceremony. These are different people.
No, yes, but the people that are even in the ceremony, they don't. There's no response or anything.
No, I think again because Mao Mao is worthless compared to Jinshi.
No.
Like
No, of course.
So then what's the point?
The thing that their royalty was standing under just collapsed.
Yes.
And could have theoretically, like they're
But
on
what
the
are they
other
supposed to do? Like what are they supposed to do?
Jinshi is on the other side of it.
Yes.
He's also raised and elevated. They have no way of knowing that he is actually okay. Even if he does seem to not be squished. Right? I was surprised that they wouldn't want to check to make sure that their VIP isn't injured, right?
Yeah, I look at this as a person who is, a god, basically, had a thing that almost happened. I think that the first person that potentially runs up there and does something at all looks suspicious, personally. I think their immediate thing is, oh, gods above and pray that he is not dead. Holy shit, this is going to be a terrible day.
It becomes like...
So then when he stands up, it's the, oh my god.
Sort of a commentary on the situation that they're in, where it's none of them will actually do anything even remotely close to what Mao Mao did.
Exactly. And because he then stands, they immediately go into...
Yes, and everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Right. We bow, we show our respect.
Cool.
Yes, I'll bet you anything that in their thoughts, for sure, they're thinking, should I run up and check? What the fuck? But yes, I'm not surprised that they didn't do that because of the power dynamic shift.
Right. It actively says something that they didn't. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the same breath, I got that solidified because I did think the same thing for a little bit as well. But the way in which when he walks out
everyone
here,
else,
everyone else is like, we are in decorum mode. We are doing protocol. We cannot look at him directly.
Exactly.
We must be lower. It's
Yeah.
And then of course the one person who's not doing it
is Lacan.
Is Lacan, which is beautiful. So.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.